Welcome back. A commitment made to Indiana 30 years ago is still producing a return on investment. We dug into the RTV6 archives to take you back to 1989 when the new Subaru Isuzu automotive plant opened in Indiana. Since then, thousands of Hoosier workers have made countless models of cars. Today, the place may have a different name, but RTV6's Mark Mullins shows you it is still hiring.
It's 4:30 p.m. and Dorothy Moore has just clocked in on the second shift.
I work in stamping, the second part of the manufacturing process of building a car.
She's worked at the Subaru of Indiana automotive plant in Lafayette for nearly 3 years, operating heavy machinery. Quite the change from baking cakes and cookies for a living.
It didn't really pay very well, and so I had a lot of friends that worked at SIA saying, hey, they're hiring, come work for SIA. They have wonderful pay and benefits. You won't be sorry, and I'm not, so I'm glad I'm here.
Managers here want more workers with Dorothy's kind of attitude.
First and foremost, we need people that will come to work every day.
Scott Brand is one of the executives here, looking to fill more than 125 positions, mainly on the assembly line, setting car parts in place.
We have some turnover just based on people not being willing to get up in the morning or being able to make it to work in the afternoon at 4:30.
Brand admits there's a challenge retaining workers, attributed to a growing generational apathy among laborers, a trend other employers are also grappling with.
Well, what we're hoping is that in the team environment that we have here in the plant, that some of the veteran associates, some of the folks that have been here for a while, will help those associates see that those are good jobs. Those are great jobs. And they should, by applying themselves and coming to work every day, have a great opportunity to have a good life and a good career here at the company.
The company offers incentives to get workers to keep coming back, competitive wages, a perfect attendance bonus, a child development center with childcare, and a fitness facility. There are roughly 5,700 employees who work here. Half of them live in Lafayette. The other half come in from surrounding counties in metro Indianapolis. So Subaru is also exploring options to ease transportation challenges for workers with a longer commute. With a growing workforce, the plant is even expanding its training facility to get more workers on the production line faster. For Dorothy, it means a growing family.
We spend more time, with these people than we do our own families and friends, so we make the best of it and we get along really well.
In Lafayette, Mark Mullins, RTV6.
Thank you, Mark. And this Labor Day or any day, you can find all of our stories of employment and opportunity right now on the RTV6 app and our website, hiringhoosiers.com. The news at 6 starts now.
This is RTV6 News at 6, working for you.
On this Monday, thanks for joining us at 6. And in honor of Labor Day, RTV6 is pulling out all the stops with our Hiring Hoosiers initiative.
And we'll be sharing stories highlighting jobs, skills, and resources you need. And some of our favorite pieces are ahead tonight. But first, we want to check in with Storm Team 6 Chief Meteorologist Kevin Gregory. Hey, Kev.
On a beautiful Monday evening, Amanda, we're at 81 degrees now, warmest so far today. Humidity under control. It's a touch humid. I think it'll be even more so tomorrow. Sunsets at 8:15. Just to show you, big picture, temperatures tomorrow will peak in the mid-80s. Look what happens Wednesday and Thursday, much cooler for high temperatures, and the low temperature over the next several days as we go Thursday through the weekend will be in the 50s. This has opened the window, kind of comfort across central Indiana. Now, thunderstorms that are well to the northwest tonight, some of those severe, will push into central Indiana tomorrow night. There's a risk for severe storms over the northern half of the state. Again, this will be probably closer to midnight in the metro area. There's 11 o'clock, there's 1 a.m. rolling to the south and east, and that will open the door to cooler temperatures. Look at how nice this 7-day forecast is. Thunderstorms Tuesday night, then dry after that, dry and very comfortable.
Kevin, while some had a chance to rest today on Labor Day, others decided to bike 100 miles. That's right. A local bike shop hosted an event today where hundreds came out to bike between 5 and 100 miles. RTV6's Stephanie Wade explains how this goes right along with the city's new transportation improvement efforts.
We are seeing the city's push to become more bike-friendly and accessible in residential neighborhoods in today's freewheeling community ride.
Kids and parents, families, friends, just getting out on their bicycles and seeing our city from a different perspective.
Named after their founder, Nancy, who passed away recently, Freewheelin' Community Bikes is honoring her mission on Labor Day. Freewheelin' is a youth development organization that teaches kids how to fix bikes and ride safely, and in the process, teaches them leadership skills and independence.
When I first started the program, I wasn't really allowed to bike anywhere, and then I was starting to be allowed to go just kind of wherever I wanted.
Freewheelin' is also heavily involved with the city's latest effort, Neighborways, where soon we'll see new signage to connect bicyclists and scooter riders to other bike paths using residential roads. Construction of the paths will be completed on the near southeast and near north sides of the city next year. Working for you, Stephanie Wade, RTV6.
Thank you, Stephanie. We have more information about that project and roads that will be impacted on the IndyChannel.com.
From bicycles to buses, a lot of people took the opportunity today to check out the new Indigo Red Line. This is day 2 of the new rapid transit service that runs from Broad Ripple to the north all the way to the south to the University of Indianapolis. This stop at 54th and College, as you can see, quite busy there. A lot of passengers on that platform. The Red Line is free this entire month as people check it out and get used to all the different travel stops and the lanes. Tomorrow, though, will be the first test for workday commuters. Good luck. And be mindful of all the new changes in downtown Indianapolis.
It's going to be an interesting day. And on this Labor Day, RTV6 is honoring our state's workforce with a marathon of our Hiring Hoosiers
and
series.
So all these stories are all about connecting you with employment opportunities across Central Indiana. So today for Labor Day, we renew our focus to explore a variety of programs and paths that will lead to the career of your choice. Demand for services and workers retiring are the reasons behind a massive push to train and hire people who have skills to be a carpenter, a millwright, or a floor coverer. And because of that, this program, let me take you down to Johnson County for this amazing program.
Mitch Benson enjoys working with his hands, bridging what begins as a concept and ends with its construction.
Somebody looking for a career field that didn't go to college, I didn't go to college, this would be something I say look into. Before I did this, I was making like $13 an hour. Now I'm in the 20s, and I'm not at my final raise. I still get 2 more raises, and that's what I'm really waiting for.
Mitch is a third-year apprentice with the Indiana, Kentucky, Ohio Regional Council of Carpenters, their facility off the Greenwood exit on Interstate 65. People accepted into the program earn while they learn. They're placed on a job, get training, and take college courses on site to earn their associate's degree from Ivy Tech. Initially, apprentices make at least $16 an hour, plus get health care benefits and an annuity.
If you got a passion for it, this is definitely something you should look for.
You have a passion, right?
Yeah. And I started, I do.
It's in your DNA. You want to build stuff.
I like building stuff. I like working with my hands, tinkering with stuff.
The need for skilled labor and the ongoing retirements are pushing the IKORCC to ring the alarm.
We need more people, yes.
That's why they're seeking to get more people in the door.
It's the biggest kept secret. These are great opportunities, and we need every walk of life as far as female, minority workers, anybody that would be a good worker, we want. And so that's one of our focal points right now, is to make sure that we can replace our retiring workforce.
So what you see here are the building blocks to supply employers with a skilled workforce in demand.
All of those jobs are in demand. The Regional Council of Carpenters, it continues to look for the people interested in their Learn and Earn programs. The only cost to an apprentice, $400 over 4 years to pay for books for college classes. Amanda?
Part of Hiring Hoosiers is looking at some of the obstacles for both employers and applicants. One barrier for many is their disability. We want to introduce you to a man who looks like the ideal candidate on paper, yet remained unemployed for far too long. He told our Meredith Barrick he believed there was one thing holding him back, and stick around for the happy ending.
Matt Knight is educated.
I'm a graduate from the University of Indianapolis with a degree in political science with minors in history and information systems.
Qualified.
I also got my A+ certification about 2 years back in November of 2017.
And experienced. His resume showcases internships, involvement, and more. But years after graduation, he can't find a job. He's kept track over the years of how many times he's tried.
I've applied to over 2,000 jobs.
Matt, who has high-functioning autism, can only put his finger on one thing that may be holding him back.
I just come off as a little maybe cold and detached in the interview, or maybe just nervous in the interview. I'm pretty sure it's the interview.
He's worked with career coaches and has been offered a handful of jobs in call centers, but he wants a meaningful career.
When it comes to me and people like me, we're hardworking, we're dedicated, we tend to think outside the box, and especially for someone like me who is very conscientious, we tend to get the job right. I mean, it's always our goal to try to get the job right first and then try to address any problems that we have later. So we try to do the job as fast and as accurately as possible.
His former professor, James Fuller, says those are all qualities Matt exudes.
I know him to be punctual, always present, always on time, always got his work done, and a hard worker who will, when he doesn't understand something, will try to figure it out.
In the meantime, Matt is looking forward to the day his future employer tells him, "You're hired."
I think at the end of the day, autism, even though it's definitely becoming more and more prevalent, and I think there's still a problem when it comes to, there's still a barrier in terms of understanding when it comes to people like me and potential employers.
Working for you, Meredith Barrick, RTV6.
And great news, since our story aired, Matt had a number of interviews and has since landed a job. We will bring you an update on how that's going later this year.
We're taking a pulse on a career that is in high demand. RTV6's Lauren Casey traveled to St. Vincent Hospital right here in Indianapolis. Their goal, to hire around 500 nurses in central Indiana. And many of those positions are located in a neighborhood near you.
A normal day as an ER nurse, there isn't one.
Kelsey Stein has been on the floor here at St. Vincent, Indianapolis for about 2 years, and each day presents new challenges.
Some days you'll come in and your patient will be calm and friendly and stable, and other days you come in and start CPR before you've had a sip of coffee.
But the twists and turns keep her job interesting.
That's what I love about it, and it's always different, it's always changing. The one constant that I can count on every single day is that I have an incredible team.
Our aging baby boomer population is driving up the need for health care, which increases the need for more nurses, and St. Vincent is no different.
As a nurse, you can make such a positive difference for all the lives that you touch.
Mary Myers is the chief nursing officer for St. Vincent, Indianapolis. She tells us the average age here for nurses is 38, but nationally the number is even older. Even at St. Vincent, they expect about 20% of their nursing staff to near retirement in the next decade or so.
You have to be able to multitask and kind of be able to juggle multiple priorities and really delegate to the team around you to help care for the needs of those you serve.
Myers says nurses here make good wages and have flexible schedules, including overtime, higher pay on weekends. You can work 3/12s and have the option of working part-time. And you can also decide to become a nurse later in your career. St. Vincent partners with many local schools like Marian University.
So you can have a bachelor's degree in biology. They have an accelerated BSN program. You can get your bachelor's in nursing with their accelerated program within 16 months.
Working for you, Lauren Casey, RTV6.
St. Vincent Hospital is a Catholic institution that uses several new simulation systems to help nurses and their staff prepare for various scenarios on the job. They also provide mentors to help hires to help them grow in their new positions. Still ahead on the news at 6. So you have all the credentials, you have the experience, but that is not all you need to land that good job.
You have to look good too and dress for success. How you can get help with your professional wardrobe.
And there's no secret that this state loves basketball. Yes, we do. How that's being used to connect people to job opportunities. You're watching our Hiring Hoosiers Marathon in honor of Indiana's workforce on this Labor Day, only on RTV6.
Welcome back. In honor of Labor Day, this is RTV6's Hiring Hoosiers Marathon. One group is making sure women are ready for work by providing clothing, coaching, and career development.
They've been committed to our community for more than 2 decades, and I had a chance to see them in action.
Erica Boyd is already outfitted with the attitude and aptitude to grow professionally.
There's always room for advancement. There's always room for improvement. You have to believe in yourself. This program has taught us so many things about believing in yourself, going out there striving to be the best person that you can be.
She's among the 17,000 women Dress for Success has helped over the past 20 years. The organization started by providing professional attire needed for job interviews. Beyond its Suits for Success program, the group has expanded its services. Its Career Development Center focuses on building job skills, and the Professional Women's Group targets networking and career development.
One of the things we're really working on this year is leveraging our corporate partnerships that we have with companies who are struggling to fill job positions, who want skilled workers, and really communicating those job opportunities to them, to our clients, and really preparing those clients so they can interview for those job openings.
Erica is open to learning a new skill every day, not only for herself, but for her first priority, her family.
I want them to be able to see that there's hope in life and there's advancements, but you have to actually take steps. You just can't sit around and do nothing. You actually have to get out there, try, and to succeed, you have to be able to do that.
Erica is truly inspirational. Best of luck to her. Donations of professional business attire are accepted Monday through Thursday at Dress for Success Indianapolis from 9:30 to 11 a.m. They're located in downtown Indy at 820 North Meridian Street. You're asked to go to the side or the garage door only and ring the buzzer.
Employ Indy is like RTV6's Hiring Hoosiers. It works to connect Hoosiers with job resources through community partnerships that extend to the basketball court. I saw how they're using basketball to find the next generation of skilled and educated workers.
Basketball is Tyrell Walker's passion. The skilled athlete played for a junior college in Michigan after graduating in 2016 from Lawrence Central High School. Last summer, he left school and came back to Indy.
There's a lot of kids out here getting in trouble, doing bad things.
But for Tyrell, he found a positive light when he stopped by his local Boys and Girls Club.
When I stepped in here, my eyes opened, and I was like, hey, I can do this, I can do that.
At the Boys and Girls Club on the Far East Side, Tyrell was connected to education, housing, and job resources, thanks to the partnerships of Employ Indy.
We have roughly 30,000 opportunity youth, 16 to 24-year-old, in our region who have either dropped from high school or graduated but not on a career path. If we can figure out a way to re-engage them, to acquire those middle skills jobs, it will help our region.
Employ Indy is partnering with the Boys and Girls Club to use basketball as a hook to pivot these young men and women to score, a job, and even possibly a career.
Employ Indy used their large network of community-based organizations to create the Pivot Re-Engagement Center as an initiative to recruit young people into the youth employment system.
January of this year, we've recruited, registered, shall I say, roughly 890 young people to come for open gym and engage with our refs.
In basketball or in life or in sports, in our community, little things can turn into an argument turn into a shooting. So what I try to do is use every incident here, whether it be a foul, an argument, a disagreement, as a teachable moment.
Eric Davenport works with these young people both on and off the court.
So once we find out what the individual's focus on or what their desires are, then we try to move them in that direction through a step process of education first, then training, and a continued mentoring throughout the process.
Kids like me need this, you know, getting them out the street, getting them back into school, figure out what they want to do in their lives.
It's a program that has given 21-year-old Tyrell the courage and motivation, along with the skills to pursue his career and life goals.
I want to get back in college, finish my career.
The Pivot Re-Engagement Center has an open door policy. They try to work with anyone in the community between the ages of 16 through 24 to help them physically, mentally, and financially.
From basketball to football, he no longer plays football, but he's tackling an issue close to his heart. Former Colts player Tarek Glenn created an organization which targets at-risk kids. As RTV6's Lauren Casey explains, the group works to expose kids to different careers, create big dreams for their futures, and gain the mentors to reach them.
We would go pick up the order if they order from either our app or website or they call in.
Keegan Jones isn't your average college student.
It's a lot of work, but I mean, I'm dedicated. This is what I like to do.
He's an entrepreneur working with his uncle on a food delivery business. At the same time, he's studying business at the Kelly School here at IUPUI on a full ride scholarship. And he credits a lot of his success to a program called Dream Alive.
It was a great program that I was in. It actually helped me a lot as far as getting networks and connections. They've helped me with internships. They've helped me with trying to learn about scholarships, help me develop my character, be a person that I'll be proud of.
Jones joined Dream Alive in 7th grade, and he still feels like a part of this organization that works to expose at-risk kids in our community to careers.
When I'm older, I want to be a lawyer because I like helping people.
Sade Daniels is only 14 years old, but the Arlington Middle School student has some big dreams for her future. She's been a part of Dream Alive for 2 years now.
I like the field trips because we get to experience different companies. You get to experience things you didn't know, and then if you didn't know it, you get to learn more stuff about it.
Stephen Smith is the site director. Today, students are learning about the world of insurance at Gregory and Appel here in Indianapolis. The field trips help these 100 to 150 kids get a better idea of opportunities in their future.
As it's happening, you see the light bulbs go off.
And then mentors work alongside students to make their goals and dreams a reality.
And a lot of our students don't think about the future or what they want to do. And so a lot of times when we go to different field trips, they cast vision for their lives.
Working for you, Lauren Casey, RTV6.
And you can connect with them. Dream Alive plans about 50 field trips a year for students at various businesses in a wide variety of industries. If you own a business and are interested in hosting the Dream Alive students for a field trip, find this story at hiringhoosiers.com.
And we continue to look at employment of the future and the skills those jobs will require.
So I traveled to Kevin Gregory's alma mater, Boiler Country, and discovered that plastic straws could soon drive a new era of careers.
Your drive to work or your flight to your vacation hotspot may one day be fueled by the plastic straws in your drinks. The possibility is emerging at this Purdue University lab. Professor Linda Wang and several engineers are working on extracting the chemicals in straws and other plastics into a renewable energy.
Oh, no. We don't have that much time because the waste is accumulating in the environment. And the longer you wait, the more costly to clean up the environment. So my goal is hopefully within 5 years.
Purdue researchers point to a study which says that by the year 2050, oceans may hold more plastic than fish. About 12% of all plastics are burned, 9% recycled. The remaining 79% go to landfills or end up as litter.
I think the jobs will come with the solution of the problems. If we're solving an important problem, I think jobs will follow.
They are confident they can make a dent in the problem and create a demand for their products and jobs.
What do you think about jobs? Why does that matter to you?
It does matter because it's the continuity of humanity. We always have to think from cradle to grave. We always have to think about the business, about the humanity, about the sustainability of it. And sustainability is one of the very important topics right now.
An eye-opening visit. You can find all of our stories right now on the RTV6 app and our website, hiringhoosiers.com. I'll look at your forecast one more time after this break.
Ashley Home Store. This is home.
Well, that should be your view as well. Lots of sunshine this evening. A beautiful night with some patchy fog developing later overnight. 71 and clear as we get to 10 o'clock. Tomorrow night, thunderstorms and a few may be severe along a cold front which knocks our temperatures back into the 70s from 85 tomorrow afternoon to 75 Wednesday. 6 out of 7 days in the 70s for highs, lows in the 50s. It'll feel like fall.
I mean, you're going back into work, but look at your forecast.
Very nice.
It's been a great Labor Day, though. It's been all right.
It's been nice. Yeah. No, it's good.
See you tonight at 7. Good night.
Thanks for joining us.